Why are you following me?
Kazak_Z is now following.
Hello, everybody. I'm sharing on my going live posts. I really should find a way to automate this. That's literally what I do every time I start stream. Well, not every time. Most times. Elson, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I'm almost done, guys, I promise. One last one. Alright, I did it. Yay! Andreas, I'm sure you're like, what the heck is this crazy person talking about making a live or a VTuber model on Microsoft Paint? I'm sure you're wondering. You know, if I was less of a crazy person, I wouldn't do that. But what fun is that? You know? All right, let me get all situated here. We're gonna swap over. Paint Vtuber. That's right. I'm getting good. God, Microsoft Paint hates me. Paintuber. You are correct. Objectively. Sorry, I'm like making this not look horrifying for a second. Hold on. I mean, unless you like it horrifying. That is also an option. If you're not, you have returned. Welcome back, Dark Beast. I know I'm still on my starting soon screen. I'm almost done. You know what? I can't find the wet layer I'm looking for, so you know what? It's fine. We're just gonna go over to here. Hello. Hi. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I did change how the multi-stream setup is a little bit today. So if you are encountering any latency or anything like that, let me know and I will try to fix it. I decided restream was stupid and I was like, you know what? We're gonna do it the better way. Hi Lonnie, how you doing? But yes, so I tweaked it a little bit. We are not using restream this time. So now my titles updated themselves, thankfully. YouTube folks are in an ad break. Good. Thank you for letting me know. I missed you too, Elston. Thank you for missing me. I did survive. Welcome back, Isaac. My New Year was good. It was pretty boring actually, but like that's not a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. And honestly, I actually worked on this. So so since the last you've seen this model, if you were here last time when I was working on this monstrosity, let me get out of the way here just for a second. Whee! All right, there, and I couldn't find my blush layers, so that's why they're still there. But this is the model in MS Paint. I did add a controller and a pen. I think I did the off stream, and I did add the blush and stuff. So I did do that. Very cool, very exciting. Love it. So there is that. And then I saved you the agony of watching me painstakingly move every single picture that I exported. So all I had, because MS Paint doesn't have Photoshop document files, and that's what Live 2D needs, I had to export every single, hold on, actually I can. I normally don't do my whole screen share, you know, I had to for reasons. But as you can see, I have it in Live 2D now. So, but like, I had to export every single one into its own layer and then drag every single one into Live 2D on its own, which was a very annoying process. And the one thing that I did not think about when I did this was the fact that it was going to put them all in there in alphabetical order and not the order that I needed them to be in. So I had to reorder everything as well. So like, it is a lot of work, Lonnie. Thank you for noticing. So as you can tell, I mean, I spent a good couple hours, I think, getting this file to a functional state where I could even start like getting close to rigging it. And so I saved you from that agony because that would be really boring to watch. Because it was literally just me like, all right, let me just drag and drop all these layers in the right places and make folder. Like that's boring. I don't think you guys want to watch that. Sophia, Happy New Year. Thank you for saying. But yes, it was painful. But I, you know, if you're gonna watch me do a project like this, I may as well save you the agony of, you know, of the worst part where I just drag and drop everything. Cause like, that's no fun. Happy 2026. You right. Happy 2026. It's the first of the year. I hope all of you had a good New Year's Eve. I did not do anything particularly exciting. I don't drink alcohol, so like, I just put fruit punch in a wine glass and I made myself fancy. And that's what I do like every year. You know, simply for the fact I don't drink, but but sometimes what's kind of fun, what I can do is I put like a comically large amount of my wine substitute in the wine glass, and then I can scare people into thinking I'm drinking a butt ton of wine. It's very funny. But I don't actually drink, so. I also changed the background music this time, because I got tired of listening to the same exact song. It is all copyright free, so it shouldn't cause any issues for playback, which is good. But it's like fun chiptune stuff, which is good. But yes, so let me move myself out of the way so you can kind of, actually, you know what, here's what, we're just gonna turn me off for a split second. Woo, I'm gone, I disappeared. All right, so, welcome to Live 2D. You took a NyQuil shot, Lonnie? Oh my god. Welcome to Live 2D. This is actually my current model. It was a lot of work to make this. I've tried to organize it as best I can. If I expand everything, like on this side, there's so much stuff. But this is what makes VTuber models happen. This is the program that makes it work. So like, basically how it works. I pulled this up as an example. So like, I have to tell the program what these parameters mean. So if I drag this around, whoa, my head moves, woo! So basically, that's our goal here, is we're kind of just, we're gonna tell the program what every angle, or like what every parameter is gonna look like. And that's how I made myself. And there's lots of these. So like there's the body X and Y. And there's a ton of these parameters that we put in here. So like there's ones for, actually I don't think I made that one work. So like this is like when I'm shocked, the like, little exclamation point thing. And I need it to, you know, look right. But like, you know, like there's this, when I wave, I needed to do that. And then like I have it so you can, that's where the animation starts and stops and stuff. So like you're basically telling the program what, like how things are supposed to look and like what parameter does what. These square ones are blend shapes and those are a little harder to explain. But these are kind of just like on off. And these react to like, let me actually kind of show you. So this is for physics. So like the point that's most up, point in the middle, and point lowest. So that's kind of how it works. And then you kind of also need to mesh things, and which is like, I can actually, that's probably easier to show in the model that I'm currently working on. So that's what we're starting today. So meshes are the points that basically tell like where to deform this picture. Hi, Mama Naren, how you doing? I'm kind of giving a little bit of a live 2D breakdown right now. I can turn myself back on, I think. Let me shrink myself just a little bit though, so you can kind of see a little bit better. So these points on the model, they're like the things that tell the program where to bend the picture. So whoa, if I drag it, you know, that's how it gets deformed. It's basically trying to do a lot of math. So, you know, super fun. I'm not good at math, but I am good at visual stuff. So that's why I find this interesting. But so I've started the process. So like this is like the mesh that it automatically generated when I put it in here. It's probably not going to be super helpful because I need it to bend kind of like specifically right at the knee. So I put a lot of points right at the knee. Now you can have too many points and you can have too few. You would think if I select, like, that's a lot of points. In some areas, that's not enough. You were buying more watercolor you don't need. I understand that completely. There's a Blix art store. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but like there's a Blix art store that I love to frequent. And their supplies are very expensive, and I think that's the only thing that keeps me from buying all of it. So, but I understand completely. So like you would think that would be too many points, but I actually need to redo the legs. I've already done this arm, and so I made it so you can kind of bend the arm. I've already done this hair. I have not done this side yet, and I've done my little strand of hair here. And then like the tail is kind of its own thing. So basically the process that I need to finish before I can actually like make it move is the part where I'm meshing everything. So that's where we're starting. I've already done a fair bit of it. I've already tweaked like the mouth here. So like if I want to, like, whoa, you know, you can see my lips and stuff. But like that's kind of how that works. That's live 2D effectively in a nutshell. I wanted to like kind of give you guys like a little bit of a lowdown of like what I'm looking at, so that like you weren't totally confused. And if you guys have questions, I will do my best to answer them. I'm not like amazing at live 2D, but like I did make this model. I made my 2D model, and that took a long time. but it was a project I really enjoyed working on. Like I worked on it for like 6 months, I think. And I want to get better at it too. And this seemed like a really fun challenge because MS Paint, like I love MS Paint. Meshing in Clip Studio. Unfortunately, I do not believe that it carries over when you move it to, words are hard. I do not believe it gets carried over to Live 2D when you mesh in Clip Studio. Good question though. But hi, Emotional Suchiro. I love that name actually. So the mouth is multiple layers. That's the teeth. Yeah, okay, yeah, so I can actually kind of show that off a little bit. So, so over here are all my layers. So right now, the mouth is made up of the top lip line. This is glue. Don't worry about that. The cover, so this is like the top skin. My little fang. My bottom lip line. This is also glue, don't worry about it. The bottom lip cover, and then my 2 layers of teeth, and then my tongue, and then there's like this darker back of the throat color. So like there's several, actually, you know what, hold on, I have the perfect thing for that. So I forgot that I already had this on here. So this is kind of like how the mouths are separated. Mine are pretty like simplified. But like they can get very complicated depending on like what the teeth look like. This is like a resource that I just already had in here from last time I was talking about it, because mouth shapes are very complicated. Thank you. I love my fang too. So like you can have like a top lip, a top cover, like this, the shadow underneath your bottom lip. On this model, so like I'll open my mouth for a second. You can see like I drew the even darker section to the back of the throat. I simplified that for this little chibi that I'm working on because I was like didn't think it was super necessary. I also simplified the teeth into like just like the 2 layers instead of the several they have in this picture. But like but yeah, that's kind of that. It was really convenient that I had that there actually. What's my favorite childhood shows? I don't know if this is my favorite, because I don't actually remember it that well. But I have a special place in my heart for Zumbumafu, because I met the Krat brothers when I was a kid. And that's the main reason why. Comic Lila's cheeseburger, you're right. So when I drew this, I can actually kind of show it off a little bit. I drew it with the mouth open. I drew it with the mouth open, and then in the process of setting up the file, I closed the mouth. So that's why like this one's like kind of weird looking.
Why are you following
Thank you for
me?
the follow.
Emotional Sushi Roll is now following.
Thank you for hearing or for listening and sticking around. I appreciate it. A wrinkle has formed from hearing that again. Yeah, I met the Krat brothers when I was a kid. That was fun. They were at the zoo, and my mom did a thing for them, and they're like, "Hey, do you wanna have your kids meet them?" And she was like, "Yes." And so I got to meet them. It was great. This looks harder than trying to stop a meltdown. You know, fair. You know, the first time I picked up Live 2D, I was terrified of it, and I didn't get very far. And then it took me 2 years to get confident enough to try it again, which was when I started doing like the little popsicle model things that I do. And I did that with the free version. There is actually a free version of Live 2D if you want to like practice with it. So like I would before even doing like the free trial, if you're interested in learning Live 2D, start with the free version. You can learn so much by just doing that. That's what I recommend personally. Okay, so I've probably yapped enough, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on meshing the legs. I don't think I'm gonna need to do anything for the hood, like the hood pieces. The fangs, pretty simple, but I might mesh it again just to give me a little bit more control. I definitely have to do some stuff to like the eyes because they're gonna get deformed a lot. The ears are usually pretty straightforward, and I gotta do this other arm as well. I think the tail I'm gonna leave just as is for right now. This isn't MS Paint. That is, well, okay, so I made this part. This was made in MS Paint. I promise. Like, this is, like, it literally says MS Paint, or Paint up here. That's where I drew this model. You cannot rig in MS Paint, so I guess technically speaking, it is partially a lie. But I think I did the part that counts. You can't draw on Live 2D, unfortunately. You made a half-decent model on Live 2D and you're tempted to... Yeah, so it's kind of fun to go back and, like, re-rig old stuff. It's like, and see how much you've improved. Even just, like, not doing it, just sitting on that information for a little bit can sometimes, like, really help. But, oh yeah, this is, I accidentally clicked the wrong version. I have 2 instances of Live 2D open because this was the model I was using as comparison. You're heading out. Have a great rest of your night. Happy New Year, Mama Aaron. When did MS Paint get layers? That would be with Windows 11. I wasn't keen on getting Windows 11 in general, but it did have layers, which was the one thing that I needed to make this video idea possible. From Foster's Home from Imaginary Friends? Genuinely, I have no idea. I guess Cheese was the one Cheese was annoying, but I quoted them a lot. Because I was an annoying child. So... yeah, I'll say Cheese for that. The Eye of Raw Guy is back and it's now called the Eye of Horus. Wait, I think I'm missing some context. Who's the Eye of Raw Guy? I am what you call uncultured sometimes. That's probably not gonna work super great. Oh, the first meme of 2025. I'm gonna be real, Chief. I do not remember most memes. I'm a little bit of like... I'm almost always like behind the curve on some of that stuff. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do it. This is just me, like, getting set up here. We're remeshing, so I have lots of, like, points to bend this leg. And I, like, messed up right here. So. The Steam notification. Who is inviting me? Is someone inviting me right now? I don't see anything. Maybe it was the song. Because I don't see anything. King gifted me a game earlier today, but like that wouldn't pop through now, I don't think. I didn't hear a Steam notification, and I don't think it should capture it anyway if it did, so it's probably gotta be the song. Because I don't have it set up to capture my desktop audio, it's set up to capture, like, specific sources only. But the song might have something that sounds like it. Because it's kind of like techno-y chiptune stuff. I always sound like I'm having so much fun. That's because I'm very selective on when I stream. I stream when I'm like, I've got the energy for it. Because like most of the time I'm just like, yeah, what's up? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, like that's basically just me on a regular day. I wish I had the energy like more. Like, I wish I was just this energetic, like, all the time, but I'm just kind of not. Which is a bummer, but it, you know, it is what it is. Have I seen the RAM shortage? I've seen the prices of RAM. Those make me sad. And I work in IT, so like, yeah, I'm very well aware. That and I'm a nerd, and I like computer stuff. See, that's what I sound like when I don't have the energy. Right there. Only 11 months to GTA 6. I bet they're gonna delay it again. No, I don't want to curse you or anything. Like, I don't want them to delay it again, but like, just knowing how it is. And then I need a lot of like points so I to run the ankle. If they do, I'm going to the nearest studio. Some people were like crazy, like excited for it. I'm gonna sound really funny, but I've never like played like a whole like GTA game. Like I've played a little bit of online, like, and I really do mean a little bit. Funny enough, the game that King gifted me today was Red Dead 2, so I'll finally be able to play that. I had it on. I briefly had it on PlayStation, but like I don't even like I have an original PlayStation 4 and that's it. Cause like PlayStation 5's just been out of the budget, yo. And then like I hear they're already starting work on like PlayStation 6 and I'm just like, do I even bother at this point? I don't know. Is it worth it? I play mostly PC games anyway. See, like, look at the difference between those two. So many more mesh points. And the best thing is, I can kind of just do this. Copy. And then for the line art in the background here, just gonna go ahead and paste it in here. Save myself the work. I will have to tweak it some, but... You can't bear to see your old art. No, that's so real. I hate every, like, for me in videos specifically, God, I hate every video 2 minutes after I release it. Basically, I'm being so honest. I'm like, oh, I could have done better. Oh, like, I get, like, genuinely embarrassed. It's the worst. Alright, so these two look good, so I gotta do this guy now. I might be. I'm gonna be so real, so like you see me tweaking over here a little bit. Let me move my head. You see me tweaking over here a little bit when I'm working on this stuff. I don't know what most of it means. I just know that it, like, if I do this, it makes it look better. Don't. Oh yeah. Keep your old art for sure. But you know, you don't necessarily have to look at it. It's really good to see like where you grew from with your art journey. And I don't care what anyone says, it's important to keep track of that. That is kind of one thing that's like nice about like having art on the internet. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it kind of sucks these days, but like for this specifically, like it, as long as you don't like mass delete everything, you have like an archive words are hard, an archive of your previous work, and you can like see how much you've grown. I actually kind of like this music, which is weird because I normally hate copyright-free music. I just get sick of hearing it all the time. I did a really bad job drawing that line. From school years. No, I totally get that. Tracing skills with a pen mouse? A tablet pen? Like a drawing tablet? Yeah. I mean, right now I'm using my mouse, but typically when I'm drawing, I use my drawing monitor. I mean, technically I am using my drawing monitor. It's the screen that you're seeing. It's just I'm using my mouse right now. You're a perfectionist. You have shaky hands. Oh, hold on. I can actually kind of show you something. All right, so this is Psy. I'm gonna open a quick new document just for a second. So there's a thing inside. Actually, I don't think you can. Oh, you can kind of see it. So there's a stabilizer up here, and most drawing programs have this, but this is Psy is just the program I have like at my hand. So stabilizers, you can. So like if I have this at 0, it's gonna like real jank. Like, look how bad that looks, right? But if I put it up to like 12 is where I'm normally at. See, that looks so much better. Right? And I have a little bit of shaky hand too, so like I get it. And then like you can these S ones, sometimes I use if I need to be really precise. It'll drag it behind. So like it'll drag it behind, so like it automatically kind of smooths it out a little bit. I keep it at 12 because it's still pretty accurate to like what I'm drawing, but it's not so jittery. But turn on your stabilizer. MS Paint doesn't have it, obviously, but yeah, most drawing programs have that. I mean, if you're using like a like on my iPad is where I do a lot of my drawing. There's like built-in stabilizers there. Like I really do mean like most applications have it. I'm not sure about MS Paint if you're using like a phone. I really recommend against using your finger because I mean, at least for me, it's really painful to do that. Add some points here. How many do I want to add here? Also, one thing to mention is you can go back and remesh this later if you need to. So if it doesn't look right, you can always tweak it. Have you ever watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I have not, actually. I've heard good things though. I'm so picky and choosy with the anime I watch. My time is just so limited usually, so I'm like not usually watching a ton. There's only like 2 I'm keeping up with right now. And they're both on hiatus at the moment, so not much to watch these days. Just to keep you stimulated so you don't get bored. I get that. Alright, that's probably good. And then I'm just gonna do C, and then, yep, and then, yeah, and then, yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yay, we have legs. I don't know who was playing that chiptune song, but they were going ham, dude. They were having a great time. You know, I'm thinking this might actually be okay, but this one I gotta redo. These ads never fail to hurt your eyes. I'm sorry, they're hurting your eyes. I have honestly no control over the ads you see. Other than the fact that I mean, I certainly hope you're not getting anything like rated M or anything for your ads. I don't typically play or stream things that would warrant getting them. Hi, Zip! Happy New Year! This is so cool. You want to make VTuber models? You can make a VTuber model. There is, so I mean, literally I'm doing this in the funniest way possible. I made the art in Microsoft Paint, and you can theoretically do this in the free version of Live2D if you really wanted to. I ran out of my trial, and I don't want to downgrade, but that's the only reason I'm not using the free version for this particular challenge, but like, you know, if you want to, you totally could. Mine is so cool. Thank you. I made this model myself. Let me, you know what? Let me show myself off for a little bit. What was it? This one? Or... Yeah, no. Sorry. I was there we go. There we go. Yeah. I made this model myself. I can put on my glasses and I can hold my game controller. Yeah. What applications did I use to make this? Okay, so for my main model, I drew all of the layers in a program called Procreate on my iPad. And then I rigged it in the same program I'm looking at right now. I can actually have the model file open. I rigged it in this program called Live2D. Live2D is the program you typically need to use to make any VTuber model. It's kind of complicated, I'm not gonna lie. I wish it was easier, but that's what's the challenge about it, I guess. But you can use any art program that you like, as long as it can, well, theoretically, as long as it can export into Photoshop files. For Paint, we did it the dumb way that I do not recommend, where I exported every single layer. When Windows 11 Paint has layers, into a PNG, and then I dragged them all into into Live2D. Please don't do it that way. It's just for the sake of challenging myself, but yeah. Yeah, even the feet move. But yeah, it's a fun challenge, I think. There's lots of tutorials for it as well. It is very tedious, yeah. like look at all these physics and parameters I had to do, and all the. This was like a 6-month project. Let me be incredibly candid with you. It was a fun thing to learn how to do, because like there is nothing that beats the thrill over like seeing something move for the first time. Like that's a crazy feeling. Like it's a really wonderful feeling. So like I encourage everybody to learn, but you do not need to start with like a big fancy model or anything. In fact, I recommend starting very small. Like the first things I started with were like, I made like popsicles, and that's where I learned how to like do a little bit of Live2D, and then I evolved into like a little chibi thing, and then I got to this. So like, yeah, it's like your art's coming to life. It's really cool. I stream on YouTube now. It's a kind of a recent experiment. I do stream on Twitch a little bit more often, but I'm trying to kind of see where I want to take things with that. if streaming on YouTube goes well, I'll probably continue streaming on YouTube. But if not, then I will mostly probably still stream on Twitch when I feel like it. You know, we'll go with that. Make sure I drink water. I have my drink right here. Let me get back to what I was doing over here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. But yes, right now we are kind of doing all the for those of you who are just dropping in, we're like getting these points. Like this is the big model that I have. We're just establishing all these points and stuff on the paint model, so that way when I move everything around, when I'm rigging it, it actually looks good. Oh, soon more views. You know, I'm okay with like a smaller viewer base, to be perfectly candid, because like I get to talk to you guys more that way, and I enjoy that. Like, that's not to say that I wouldn't enjoy more people as well, like, but I really value being able to talk to people while I'm streaming, so I really don't mind if it's like a smaller thing. Obviously I don't like when it's 0, like that's no fun, but I like having people to yap with. And I don't think that's so bad. Honestly, I appreciate everybody who comes by. Doesn't matter how many, you're all appreciated. You're learning. I don't know if watching my live stream is probably the most educational way to do it, but like I mean, I'm certainly never gonna tell you to not. But there are lots of really helpful tutorials that were like super great for learning. Live 2D specifically. I watched a ton of tutorials to like kind of even get to where I am. Part of the thing that scared me so much when I first picked up Live 2D, this was a long time ago, like 2021 or 22, was the fact that like most of the tutorials were in Japanese or like not super helpful, or they were just like really dense and like kind of hard to understand, and like that scared me off for a while. But then when I picked it back up again, there were more tutorials available, which was nice. It's just games are nonsense. No, I get that, cause like, I mean, I do play games, but like I kind of feel like I specialize. If I had to say like I specialize in a type of game, right? I specialize in like kind of like a cozier kind of style of game where like people can still interact with me while I'm playing. Like it's not so much like you know, just like nonstop action. Like I don't know if I'd ever be like a Fortnite streamer or anything. I enjoy Fortnite. I play Fortnite, but like I can't look at the chat and talk to you guys that well when I'm playing the game. Minecraft stream, maybe. I have friends who play Minecraft. And Minecraft is fun. You know, it's just like I think I specialize in the types of streams where like you guys can like talk to me. And cozy games are great for that. I think that's what works better for me personally. I wish I could show both chats on the screen though, that would be nice. But I can't. Per Twitch rules. Yeah, that's a Twitch rule, that's not me just being lazy. gotta play for PlayStation Plus. Now, I feel that. That's an extra subscription that I don't want to pay for either, to be honest. I usually end up playing the Java version, just because I've had it for so long, but... Plus, you can mod the crap out of Java version. My friend Egg, goodness, he's been modding his Minecraft like crazy. It looks like hyper realistic and everything. I'm like, I think my computer might die, but it would be really fun trying. A free Java version at school one time. This was like really early days of Minecraft, but like I'm pretty sure I played like a really extremely early build of Minecraft in a browser. Like I'm almost positive I did. Like it was like, I'm pretty sure it was official too. Like this was ages ago. I was pretty young at the time, but browser version Minecraft sounds crazy though. I feel like I've never been able to find it since, so like I feel like it's either been taken down or like just lost to history, which kind of sucks because like wouldn't that be so cool to explore again, like really old Minecraft in a browser? But like yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. It was basically the one time I saw it. But there were people who put Minecraft in like a secret folder on the school computers at work, or not at work, the school computers at work, the school computers in high school. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun thing that they did. I think someone put Halo on it too, like a really old version of Halo. If it ran well, that's beyond me, because I do not think those computers were made for that. But Minecraft was like really tough to run itself, because it had like you know how like when you have a crappy version of a crappy computer, you have to turn the render distance really low so it looks foggy all the time. It's like it was like that. Good times, though. Oh, crap. I forgot to actually copy it. That helps if you're gonna, copy and paste the mesh. Just copying it. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Now this song makes me feel like I need to rush doing this. It's really catchy though. It's like a boss beat. I think these are probably gonna be fine. Every time you play, you talk like a Vivzy Pop character? Oh, you mean you're like a swear-a-ton? Oh, you forgot you're listening to the same music? Yeah, the music's in the background. I feel like the edge is probably mostly fine. But there are definitely some tweaks I want to do this. What is happening right here? You're an avid cusser. I am a little bit more as I get older. I used to be like really kind of scared too, but I do now, probably more than I should a little bit. I've had some family members get mad at me for doing it, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna do whatever the heck I want to do, or the hell I want to do. Like I swore in my quote-unquote return video, and I didn't get a single comment about it, so I'm kind of actually really excited about it, because that was one of the things I was really scared of, that I didn't mention, is like swearing in that video, because I cut a lot of this idea out, but one of the things that I kind of wanted to like make a point of was that, quite honestly, like between the last upload and that one, I've just changed a lot as a person. Not necessarily in a bad way, or any specific way. I just did a lot of growing up. I'm older now. And I didn't want the expectation to be that like, oh, I'm just this goody little two shoes, never gonna swear, only telling school stories kind of person, because I'm not. I'm just not that person anymore. And realistically, I kind of wasn't at the time I was making those videos anyway. I was like self-censoring myself a little bit because I felt like I had to. But nobody commented on it, so I think I'm just gonna go with what feels natural. So yeah. Oh, I didn't do that. Yep. Good. When after you got your first console, I started swearing all in that time. I've learned some creative words. That's so fair. Maybe there's a lot of those I would maybe like don't use. Xbox lobbies are let me just say I stay muted in video games for a reason. One time it was, yeah, that's true. Tenchi, yeah, like a lot of them grew up with me in a sense. So like it's not such a big deal. Although the thing that actually surprised me a ton, was how many new people there were. Like the comments overwhelming were just like, I don't know who this person is, but like I like their videos, so I guess I'll follow. And I'm like, where did you come from? Who are you people? And that's not to say I'm like ungrateful for that, because I am very grateful, but it was just not what I was expecting. It was very funny to me. So like if those people are fine with me swearing, or they just never had the expectation that I wouldn't swear, then I think that's fine. It was just it was a little bit of like a shock, because I was expecting, like, honestly, when I uploaded that video, I was like, I'm gonna get like 1,000 views from like a couple people who remember me, and then maybe some recommended, and that's it. And then it's got like 40 something K, and I'm like, where did you come from? It has more views than the last couple of videos I posted before that, which were like full story time animations, and I'm just like, okay, I guess. I'm sure that makes sense. And again, I'm very grateful for it, but it's just weird. Welcome to the YouTube recommendation system. It works in your advantage and it works against you all the time. Constantly. That being said, I am still very grateful that it got pushed out to as many people as it did. I am slowly working on another one. Not for a little bit will it come out, but I am. It is. Like I said, in the video, I work full time, and it just can't be my focus. And obviously, clearly, I'm doing this side project as well. So, Why did it? Oh. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, cancel. If your party's DMs got leaked, you'd be on the news. That concerns me a tad. See, I feel like if my DMs got leaked anywhere, I don't got a whole lot to hide. I mean, you do you. I'm not gonna stop you, but like, damn. I feel like I kind of also hold myself to a little bit of a higher standard. Did I just like... Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so we're gonna delete that. And then... There we go. Why does it have big lips? Oh, no, those are not lips. Those are the cover, the skin cover flap things. That like hide the inside of the mouth. Scribblenauts character? Oh yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. Gosh, I've only played like one of those games and it was so long ago, but it was so goofy and I had a great time. No ads, you don't want to gamble. I'm sorry. But yeah, I could totally see what you mean. Actually, let me Google Scribblenauts real quick. Yeah, like the proportions are kind of pretty similar, and like the hands, because they also do like the round fist kind of thing. The eyes are definitely different, but yeah, what a fun game. I remember that. So goofy, so fun. Okay, so that one's probably good. And now for the side. I'm like trying to be really careful as I do this. I mean, I don't need to necessarily be that careful, but okay, I can always draw it again. Not the biggest deal. I'm telling you, the guy who was like playing these words are hard. Gosh, the chiptunes, he's having a great time. I mean, so like all of these are like copyright free songs, so like I don't, theoretically they shouldn't be familiar unless you just heard them in another stream, but like they're not from a video game or anything. But dude's having a wonderful time. Or her. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Shame on me, I'm assuming. Well, dude's kind of like a gender neutral term in my opinion. Reminds me of the Pokemon ZA soundtrack, because like whoever was the composer in that one had a great time too. Who am I assuming? I was just assuming that like the keyboardist or the song maker was a guy, which is not great of me. Did somebody say lasagna? I did not, but that sounds wonderful. come on in, Insane. How you doing? I mean, I am insane if you're wondering. I'm insane for trying to make a live 2D model with Microsoft Paint. Did I make my 3D model? So no, not technically. So I mean, I have made a version before, but the main one that I used, I did some texture work on it, but it was commissioned a while ago. It's made with a program called Vroid, which is kind of like baby's first 3D modeling program, and it's pretty approachable as well. Zip, if I think Zip had to head out, but if Zip's still in here, Zip's running Blender. Why is it just suddenly that I can't copy? That's really annoying. But yeah, Vroid was a really really nice kind of way to start. You did not like it. No, that's fair. It's kind of, it is definitely like difficult to get the hang of. So I do not blame you at all. But I did have that one commissioned. But I did learn a little bit of Unity to figure out how to like get the extra mouth shapes, because like I feel like okay, so like I did the same thing for this guy, but like I'm so particular about how the mouth looks. So particular. Like so for a live 2D, so like I guess a little bit of a peek behind the curtain, right? So there is this extra program on top of, oh gosh, you can see all my windows. There we go. Okay, so this is a program called VBridger, which connects to Live 2D, which is what tracks my model, that gives it the extra parameters for my mouth. So like it's what lets me do like ooh, like and stuff like that. If I turn it off, okay. So like you can see my mouth is not nearly as good. Like it's crazy, right? And my eyes also are a little different too, but like then I connect it again. And now it looks a lot better. So yeah. I gotta, hold on, I gotta get you guys back up. Yeah, it's a massive difference. The extra parameters are crucial in my opinion, and I'm so particular about like the fine intricacies of my mouth. And default default Live 2D can't track that stuff. Hi Hugo, how you doing? Gotta get everything back up because I messed up my windows. Oh, your lasagna powers are getting used to the new phone. Well, I hope your new phone's good. Yeah, the difference is massive with VBridger. I kind of refuse to do any model without VBridger, personally speaking, because like it matters to me that much. Now you can make a really nice mouth without it, but I don't like the way they look, and I really love good mouth accuracy. Like you can like kind of tell the lips or the shape my mouth is making when I'm speaking. With the way that traditionally VTuber models are rigged, it's kind of like faked a little bit, but this is like VBridger specifically goes for accuracy. And I really care about the accuracy Because I feel like a lot of my, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of my facial acting is in my mouth, personally. Not for everybody, but like, okay, so like I can also do, like, if I just talk like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, okay. Like, even if I don't face act a ton, it still looks a little bit better than if I just like didn't have that at all, because it would just be like if I didn't. Had been without a phone for like 7 months. Oh my goodness. You are a brave soldier in these modern times without a phone. But yeah. Yeah, that I'm gonna get off my soapbox about mouth tracking specifically, but yeah, my Vroid, the way it default exports, doesn't have like the, oh, I lagged there for a second. That was weird. Hydrate. I do need to hydrate. I've been yapping. Hi, Hugo on the Twitch side. Oh, you forgot it in your pocket while you sat in a pool. That's tragic. Tragic. Let me get back in my little corner over here, but eventually I'm gonna move myself like over here, I think, but for right now, right here. First phone you had? Oh, that so sucks. Hi, Green. How you doing? I think these are gonna be fine. Yeah, that's probably fine too. Some dumb PC news. Sure, you can share it. Oh, the battery kept draining as it charged. Yeah, they do that eventually. You couldn't get a battery replacement at all, though? Some phones you can do that with. I mean, too late now, obviously, but, you know. You know what? I feel like I'm at a comfortable enough spot. Well, I didn't redo this guy, but I think I don't need to do too much to it. After this guy, I'm probably at this point where I can actually like start rigging. This guy too is just having a blast on the keyboard. Whoever was making these tracks was having a great time. Just won't charge at all. Yeah, I mean, theoretically that could get replaced or fixed with a battery replacement, but I'm not sure. Sometimes it glitches where my tools go away. Never fun. But then I have to like exit and get back out. Maybe Beethoven isn't dead, you're right. Oh yeah, I saw that Nvidia and AMD were like, fuck all of you. We're gonna raise our prices by 250% because we said so. Yeah, screw that guy. Screw them, in my opinion. I need some like really smart tech bro, like techie furry person, and I say furry because like they run the IT world, honestly. I need some furry to invent their own graphics cards that are specifically anti-AI and then start selling them, mass marketing. They'll make a great profit and they'll save the world. It'll be great. For anyone who's not in the IT world, that probably sounds completely unhinged. There's a running joke that like if like a plane went down that was on its way to like a furry convention, that like a good chunk of the IT industry would be like shit out of luck. like, I'm being so real. You never gave him hair. Well, you can give him a nice haircut now. You're tech but not a furry. I mean, you don't have to be a furry for that to come true. I mean, don't let your memes be dreams, right? Like, there's all kind of rumors about furries being dirty rich. Look, so like I've never done furry commissions. I've been very tempted though because I know people who have and they pay very well. Listen, the furry community pays their artists well. You know, and you know what? Like, I may not be one, but like, I like money. And no shade to them. It's just funny. I respect people who pay their artists well, generally speaking. So like, they do appreciate art more than normal people. Artists heart furries, and furries heart artists. It goes both ways. It's a symbiotic relationship, I feel like, and some people are both. But yeah, that's my idea. I mean, like, wasn't it like a furry who there's furries who invented lots of things. Like, I know there was one that like a design that like keeps people in fursuits cool, that like the military bought or something. like crazy stuff like that. They're wild. Sagging so hard. Oh yeah, I mean, so you can get like a 3070 or 3080, and it'll probably perform pretty okay. And you can get those used, and they're only a couple hundred instead of like $1,000 or whatever. That might be a good option. I'm really not as well researched on AMD cards because like their naming schemes confuse me. I have a 40/70 right now, I think. Not gonna lie, I'm not. No, I mean, what the whole point was for it to be easy to draw. That was the point. So I mean, yeah, if I really wanted to, I could design a really complicated character, but if I'm drawing it for like animations, then that would take me even longer than it already takes. So like the whole point was to make an easy to draw character. Larry Jester, I completely agree with you. Thank you very much. Now I don't love that they added this button up here. We hate this button. But everything else, yeah, cool. Did it add half to play? Unfortunately, I cannot control. I mean, I can control like a little bit, but I can't like turn them off entirely or anything like that. Time to rig the other section. Yeah, get it. Tell him to get like a 3080 or something. I think that'll probably be the best bet. Used doesn't necessarily mean bad. Just depends on what it was used for. Like, if it was used to like crypto mine or something, then yeah. But, you know, if it was just used for like regular gaming, you're probably fine. I don't want this piece here. Didn't know your stream friends had ball knowledge playing Elder Scrolls? Wait, what? I'm a little confused at what you mean. I mean, I think most of my friends at some point have played Elder Scrolls, even my non-streamer friends. And I thoroughly enjoy the Elder Scrolls. I also like Fallout a lot. Oh, the Steam pop-up. Honestly, I have not been paying attention to those. Yeah, someone's really they're probably modding if they're constantly launching it. Bro's trying to get their mod pack of 1,000 mods to work correctly. Probably knowing how modding Skyrim goes. PC about to combust. Which usually it's just like a crash. It's not even like a combustion thing. It's just because I mean, Skyrim is so old at this point that, like, you know, like, most computers can run it to at least some extent. But, you know, if their mods are incompatible or something, then, you know, then it might catch on fire or something. My PS4 was never, like, crazy loud, but, like, I also just didn't pay attention to the noise that much, if that makes any sense. I guess a good way to phrase that is, like, I've never been concerned about how much noise it was making. But I have, like, a launch PS4. Like, it's not even, like, PS4 Pro or anything like that. It is it's technically, it is the Destiny, the original Destiny white PS4. So it's not black, it's white. It's not the engraved one either, where they're like, it's not engraved, or it's not got the, like, the pretty pattern on it. It's literally just white. Like, it's the launch, it came out with launch, I think. I gotta fix the nonsense happening over here. Chris broke your PS4 disk slot, so... Oh, yeah, that sound would be awful. Good lord. I do not envy you. Now we're gonna do boop, 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 and then boop, boop, boop. Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna auto connect, and that should be good. These guys auto meshed pretty okay, so I think we're good there. And then the blush doesn't really need that much to happen to it. I mean, I could like wiggle this around and it's gonna look fine for the most part. I mean, you know, within reason. A sleep monitor? Oh, I hate when monitors beep. It's really annoying. Alright, so I think we're meshed in a good enough fashion where I feel comfortable to start rigging. So. Now for the fun part! Well, I didn't... Well, it's fine. It's fine. Alright, so... We're gonna do it from over here. And then... So the reason I'm sharing my whole desktop and not just like the windows, so you can see like all of these windows, because it wouldn't work otherwise. Normally I don't like sharing my whole desktop, but what did I name it on this one? Head Z. Alright, so here is where we first start rigging. Ooh, very exciting. So, okay, so let me move where my model is so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Okay. So over here, I organized these parameters earlier. Oh, sorry, I'm already still clicked in here. There we go. So I've already organized all these. So I made like a ton of them already. But so this is one of the default ones. Angle Z for head in the head angles folder. So that's on my model. That's what lets me go like this. How do you have the patience for this? I'm impressed. I'm insane. I'm a crazy person. That's how. Also, drawing and art in general, you just kind of have to learn how to be patient, to be honest. What is rigging? Okay, so rigging is kind of I'm gonna kind of demonstrate real quick. So, actually, you know what? I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Hold on, I gotta have to set something up real quick. I always forget how to do this. How would I do this? I totally forget. Here we go. Okay. We're gonna turn this on. Okay. We're actually gonna go to this guy over here. Okay. So, I think, maybe I have to do it on both. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So, I know what I'm doing, I promise. I just saw it. Okay. We're gonna turn it off on this one. Turn it on for this one. Cool. Okay. I promise what I'm doing is going to make sense. So modeling physics. Okay. Sorry, it's like a thing. Yep, got it. Permission. Cool. Alright, so physics setting. Okay. So now you can see me moving in Live 2D. This is where you can like test all of your settings and stuff. So basically, what I'm doing typically like within Live 2D, I'm gonna move myself so you can see. So let's say for example, you can see this angle Z. That's the one we're about to work on. So you can see that dot is moving back and forth when I'm moving, right? And so basically what the process of rigging is, it's telling the computer when you receive the input to move the head all the way to one side, in angle Z, for example, when you receive the input from the tracking, it's telling the program where to put my head. It's not going to know it by default. Like, you have to like physically give it the instructions so it knows where to put things, or where to put all these different pictures and stuff, and how to interact with them. So I'm telling the computer, this is what it looks like when my head's like this, or this is what it looks like when my head's like that, or like I added physics down here, so these are on pendulums. Like, oh, you can't see it because my model's in the way, but like pendulums and stuff that controls like the shaking on my hair, or like my ears or something, or my eyes. Like, you can see a ton of stuff. Like these do, like, these are the physics for my eyes. My tail has its own kind of thing going on down here. It always looks bad in this window for some reason. Are like, let's see, when I turn my glasses on, this little glasses thing moves from one side to the other, and that one's a toggle. So basically, the process of rigging is effectively telling the computer what points to track and what action equals what's happening on the model. I hope that makes sense. I made myself really small by accident, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I have two tails on this right now. Do I just have two tails? I think it's a weird physics window thing. I don't know. Also, this down here is just like a cover for the hood. That's what makes the hood do things. Anyway, so now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna turn off this external application thing, because it makes my computer run warm. Yeah, so you'd have to decide where your head's gonna be. So for the one that I'm working on now, it's gonna be a little bit different because it's not a model that's like facing straight forward. So I have to tell it's not gonna be symmetrical or anything. Like, I have to tell it how far to go. Let me get back out of the way again. We'll go over here. Yeah. So yeah, right now, I'm gonna make a parameter. So the angle Z. I wish I could like zoom in for you, but like, so angle Z to the left is -30, to the right +30, and its standard is 0. So if I move this all the way over here, and then drag this, and then if I pull it back, now it knows that that's how far I want my head to go. And then if I pull it over here, and then I drag this over here, now I can move my head side to side. Oh wait, didn't want to do it. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of like in its most simplified form, that's how it works. So now my head can go side to side. Now it gets a little harder when you want to do like these. It gets a lot harder actually. But I kind of like to start with that part. And you can link these parameters together and to get the corners, which gets a little more complicated. So like when you do this, you don't get the corners. You basically, like if you imagine there's like a cross here, you only get like here, 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 and here, but not the corner. Undead Commander, hi! How you doing? The MS Paint tuber. I can show you all the work I did in Microsoft Paint up to this point. Right now I'm rigging it, but like I drew this in Microsoft Paint. As proof, you can kind of see that like this is the airbrush. The blush is the airbrush. Hi, Commander. How you doing? Windows 11 has layers for Microsoft Paint, which is what made this physically possible. You can kind of see them off to the side right here. I'm glad you're doing well.